Okay, this is Atlanta Housewives season 16, episode 14, chapter 2, Renew. Sorry, I don't know why this is like super late, but it is because this show is like not even, ain't nothing important to talk about this episode, to be honest. But we start with Shamia and Kelly, and they just talking about how we about to renew. I don't even know, renew, reset, renew, revive. I don't know what the order of the trip is supposed to be. We did the reset, which didn't really reset anything. So I guess they figured the renew should refresh this, um, refresh the group of ladies, and maybe we'll start on go a new direction, right? Um, they talk about Brittany from the night before because everybody was drinking and everything, having fun, kiki and whatever. But she's a lightweight and she can't handle the drink like the rest of the ladies can. Okay, so she ended up throwing up on the side of the road on the way back. I mean, it happens. We've all probably been there once or twice. But either way, yeah, she can't hang. Angela calling Charles, calling Charles. He ain't answering. And she just so disappointed, like, because it's their anniversary. So why wouldn't he be at least blowing her up or at least answering when she calls? So what the heck is he doing? So, she a little sad about it. Boo. Phaedra keep talking about nipples. Brittany don't wear underwear. I don't know if that's important, but hey. I think Shamia still had no luggage, but she still had like a little outfit. We're going on two different activities here. Okay. Lately, I think that's kind of been a theme with all these shows is we're splitting the groups in twos. One is going over here, one is going over there instead of just everybody doing one thing. I don't know what's up with that, but Waterfall Girls, Portia, Shamia, Kelly, or no, Portia, Shamia, Phaedra. Who was the last one? Cynthia. The old group. I would say the old group or the older ladies because it's kind of the olds versus the youngs. Should I say? How we said the smalls versus the talls, but we got the olds versus the youngs. Okay, they're going off to the waterfalls by the other ladies: Kelly, Brittany, Drew. Angela is gonna go make some food somewhere in the mountains. I don't know, with some dude chefs. So while Kelly and Shamir are explaining what they're about to do for the group, Kelly was all loud, like, yes, we're gonna go cooking and da 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 da. And Phaedra was like, ooh, girl, you is loud. Like, dang, child. So, of course, Kelly caught that and was like, making, I guess he's making fun of it by just being, like, oh, I guess, look, being passive aggressive. Um, that word was being thrown out there a lot, but well, maybe she wasn't being that in this moment, but basically mocking Phaedra by, well, I'm gonna whisper then since I'm just being too loud for Phaedra, but we're going to do make some food over with my group, and okay, blah blah blah. We laughed it off. So on our way, as we're getting ready to leave and things like that to go to these places, they was bringing up the crystal, like who had the crystal, and Shamia brought up how the night before that crystal passing around once it got to Brittany because actually she definitely asked for it, bringing up Apollo, like what was up with that? Like that shit was weird. So of course Phaedra agrees, like what the. On the car ride there, Cynthia and them, with Brittany and Phaedra and Shamia, was talking about Brittany, basically how she was just getting a little defensive, maybe a little snippy with the ladies that they noticing. Like, is it just her, Shamia talking, or, do everybody else see it? But pretty much Portia sees it. They're not sure if, they think, well, they're not sure if Brittany thinks that Shamia is actually, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. Brittany, they thinking that Brittany thinks that Shamia is always being shady and reading her all the time. And it's like, no, we're not really doing that. On some parts, yes, you was, Shamia. I ain't gonna lie. Like you did when we get there. But before that, I mean, she was, the way she popped off on Kenya will be the greatest example because Kenya wasn't being shady at all. But we see how that went. Oh yeah, they talked about how her donation was a little rinky-dink box with, basically nothing in it, like a baby shower size gift of diapers, like that one little set and a couple little pieces of paper towel and some tissue. And I think she ended up cash apping her like maybe $250. But versus the other ladies, like I guess, listen, they spending thousands, you spending this. Let's see. Phaedra is still trying to learn everybody's names. Portia and Drew is good that she knows of Portia, and Drew needs to apologize to Shamia for that lapdog comment. Pretty much, Portia is in agreement with Shamia that because she's just taking it too far. And you know how Phaedra keeps bringing up this who she never knew that who was Angela. Like, I just never heard of her because I know Charles from back in the day, and he was always, out and about, life of the party. People know him, he know people, but a wife, I never really seen him or known him to have one. Yeah, Drew, on the other hand, she's like, listen, I ain't even gonna talk about no Charles and Angela's marriage because that's her friend, so why would I talk bad on that? This was in the confession. I was trying to get her to, I guess, say something, but she was like, y'all ain't gonna get me. Phaedra don't like monkeys. When they arrived to their destination at the waterfall, one of the dudes or whoever arrived, the hostess people, when they arrived, had like a monkey on his shoulder in his hand, and she was like, child, monkeys is racist and stuff like that, like in her confessional. Like, I don't mess with monkeys. Like, I don't know. Everybody got their own little phobias of what they scared of or what they not. So monkeys, let her have it. So while Drew and Angela and her little group with Kelly go make they go cooking and have rum cocktails and this and that all in the mountains. So it's a cute little scenery. Hopefully they actually saw the waterfall where the ladies was at, because that would actually kind of be cool, because coordinate together. But either way, the ladies in their separate groups is obviously talking about each other, right? Phaedra and them group over here with Shamia and Portia and Cynthia. Cynthia didn't talk that much this episode, okay? Phaedra thinks the comment about Apollo was just weird and off and just random, because like, where'd this shit come from? Portia, on the other hand, is like, well, it's hard to get to know Brittany because she's not communicating with us. So how is she saying that we don't support her and things like that if she ain't even reaching out? So she needs to get to know everybody before she starts doing all this that she's got going on. Which, I mean, don't they understand why she said after the Kenya thing that she was gonna be on defense ever since. Before that, I'm not sure. At least it looked like she was trying to get to know everybody, right? Over with Kelly and them group, Kelly straight up just asked Drew, like, who is Black? And she like, Black is nobody, a friend, a producer, or whatever, working with, but no dating, nothing like that. I'm going through a divorce and I'm not doing none of that, okay? But I'm open to finding love in the future. Like, yeah, I want that, but right now, no. We actually had a good moment with Phaedra and Shamia being their old, cute, friendly selves, that we're used to seeing back in the day. Them just freestyling, making up a song and, laughing, giggling, joking. It was cute, right? Like that's what we miss of them. Not this, oh, she said you behind my back, da 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 da. No, we want to see y'all twerking and having a good old time. Angela finally talks to Charles, okay? They had a little FaceTime moment. Was he excited? No. But that's just Charles' personality. I don't know what she thought. Like, I don't know. I don't. It could just be the camera. Like, in real life, he can just be a big bubble and all that stuff. But on camera, he just want to be, quote unquote, shy. We are back at the house, and oh yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't say where Portia and Shamia was over there freestyling, having fun. It was in the car ride home. But at the house, we're getting dressed and changing our clothes and things like that, because we're gonna go to dinner and we're gonna go meet the prime minister. So Shamia's like, ooh, shot o'clock, let's take a shot. And Brittany's like, no, I don't want to take shots. We're classy ladies. We don't need to be taking shots. Come on now, girls. I just can't. Like, and Shamia's like, okay, well, I don't want to pass out shots to people that think think that we're pressuring them to drink. So things like that. Shamia, you be saying stuff where it is directed towards her, but then when they ask it, oh, well, I ain't saying nothing, I'm just saying. Girl, yeah, you was just saying something about her. So we're at dinner, ordering our food and things like that, and starting the small talk and letting it build up to, hey, the hurricane, and why we're here to, help give back and things like that with our donations. And Shamia, because Kelly started talking about it, and then Shamia kind of backs her on the end to say, like, yeah, we just want everybody to just come and show up in their fabulousness, like, they pull up like they do when they pull up with their Birkin or Louis Chanel bag and a Bentley, but giving out chump change snacky dack rinky dink boxes, that's not gonna work. We need to show up and give like we as we always are, right? I don't got all the words verbatim, but y'all know what she said. So Brittany listening, and of course she caught it like, that was to me. You talking about me? And here goes to me, and no, I'm just saying, like, we all is cool and fabulous and be doing things like this. So we need to always do this in everything that we do. Well, I pulled up to your house with my Chanel Louis bag Birkin and my Bentley. So, obviously you're talking about me. Okay. Wow, Shami over there backpedaling, and Kelly kind of chimes in a little bit with her 2 cents, just to try to say, like, yeah, we just need to always show up at all times as we do, that's all. And what she said, Shamia, you called G to ask, yeah, and Brittany was like, well, Shamia, when we talked, because I guess apparently they talked at some point behind the scenes about the situation before they came on the trip, and she said that she was going to send the money, like they texted or something, and she was going to send, like, I think $1,000 or something like that was supposed to. I'm not sure. I think the thing is that she didn't, or maybe she sent it too late, or didn't send it at all. I don't know. I kind of missed that part, but she's saying, yeah, so now you're being passive aggressive, and I don't like this. So this and this and that, a little back and forth. So once they kind of, I guess Brittany had a little opening there. She just said, well, listen, okay, well, anybody else got some beef with me? Because what? Like, what is it? Like, come on now. So Portia is the one that said, well, you know what? Since we own the subject and you asked, I mean, you said that we don't support you. So for me, I'm just like, where does that come from? Because, we're all in a group text, and I was trying to get um, everybody's number so that I can know who was who on the group text, because none of the numbers were saved. Okay, so they show the text message between them and her or whatever, and yeah, she didn't have much of the numbers saved. It did look like Brittany did say her name, like this is Brittany. Doo-doo-doo. So Portia, you probably could have just saved it. Doo-doo-doo. But I guess she didn't. So in the meantime, between time, communication's been, oh well, Brittany might have texted you or called you, but since Portia ain't got the number saved, she ain't answer the phone, or she ain't answer back. Okay. So in the midst of that conversation, Portia was pretty much doing what she's been doing the whole season, which was try to talk her way out of situations, right? So she was kind of over talking Brittany just a little bit. Brittany was trying to explain herself, but Portia was cutting her off to try to get her point across. And Brittany's like, "Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off, okay? I was talking, Portia, and you cut me off." So in this moment, the prime minister is rolling up. So they're like, "Okay, ladies, let's try to simmer down a little bit, because Mr. is here, and that's who we came to see. We gotta be respectable and all that good stuff, right?" So they do simmer, they get a little respected, or turn into the right ladies, right? Prime Minister pull up. He a little man. I mean, I'm not sure what I actually expected, but I was cracking up at the ladies because pretty much most of them, if not all of them, were a bit smitten, you know what I'm saying, because it is the Prime Minister. So I'm like, look at them all trying to be a Lisa Ray. Okay. Who look, Lisa did it. She tried it. Too bad people, like, I'm talking all, I ain't even gonna say that. But that was funny. They was trying to be the first ladies for sure. Portia's pockets definitely perked up, okay? Look, maybe not her pockets, her up, her. Okay, let me stop. They noticed he didn't have a ring, so I'm not sure did they ask him was he married or not? Maybe. Oh yeah, he did say he was married or he had some kids or something like that. Yeah. So that's when everybody's like, why. But he didn't have his ring on, and so obviously the ladies kind of talk about that a little bit. We learned that Charles doesn't wear his ring either. So was this when they were leaving, or were they still sitting down? Because Brittany was like, "Listen, I'm not done with this conversation. Like, literally, we stopped so that we can, talk to Mr. But I wasn't done. We didn't get no resolve. So what's going on?" Because, like I said, she caught the fake that Portia was trying to pull. Because Portia, was trying to finagle nag her way out the conversation, thinking that, oh well, it's closed, said and done. But nah, girl, I didn't. You was doing most of the talking, and you didn't let me talk because you cut me off. Okay, remember? So, Brittany tells them that yes, we get back to the house. Brittany, was she talking to Kelly or something like that? Maybe it was Kelly and Angela or so, or Drew. But either way, she's just letting them know, like, well, nobody has invited me to their house, so it's kind of like a two-way street. And I did reach out to her, but come on now, like, she didn't communicate back with me, so I'm so confused as to what's going on, because I'm trying to get to know the ladies. She actually started off the episode that way, in that manner, with Angela explaining how, yeah, I think I'm good with the ladies. I think I got a good standing going on, trying to get to know them. But right, especially Eric, since her and Angela kind of made up a little bit. They did. So Phaedra, I guess, just trying to be the voice of reason here. I don't know. She didn't really say much this episode either. Once I look back on it, it was only like a couple little here and there, but I mean, look, it was more than Cynthia because I don't even think Cynthia said one thing. But she just said that Brittany don't know the people and she needs to not be she needs to not be on ready all the time. Like she stay ready obviously, and she needs to relax. And I can't remember the exact word that she said. I should have wrote it down. And I'm like, oh my God. But it's basically, yeah, she needs to reevaluate what's going on. Look at this group of ladies that she's entering into, and right, readjust the way that she's pursuing her friendships with these ladies. I think just because we know that she's not going to be at the reunion, this explains things because none of the ladies were either her friend or on her side, and we see that she caught that Kelly siding with Shamia a little bit. Like I thought, you was my friend, yeah, and that's what So I can see why she's not at the reunion, because she was not very incorporated with the group, versus how Angela was getting in there and how Kelly was getting in there. Yeah, Brittany just didn't stand a chance. And I don't know, it could just be because of Kenya, because, like, bitch, you took our friend away. So I don't even know. Ugh. Oh yeah, so this was on their way back to the house. Yeah, so all this conversation happened on their way back to the house. In the car ride, Shamia gets a call from Gerald. The baby was sick, Miss Shiloh. And Shamia just going through it because I'm out having a good old time, but I got this baby with a list. Okay, it's not like this one thing, it's a list of ailments, and moments like this is like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? So the ladies they get back to the house, everybody's undressing, unwinding, and before bed they start to gather around her, give her support, like hugs and kisses and cries. And for some reason, Brittany, like, see, this is where that's why she don't need shot o'clock, okay? Because, oh my God, I love you. I'm gonna be there for you always. I got your back. You can call me anytime. I'll show up on the dime. You just don't understand. Like, oh, anything you need. I'm like, yeah, no more shots for Brittany, because what? I don't even know. I just kind of chuckle like, what the something ain't right with her sometimes. Look, something ain't right. I'm sorry, Brittany. I'm sorry. That's all I got to say, because especially when we get to the last episode, because we ain't gonna have no reunion to talk about you about. So listen, we just sorry that you came on this show for nothing, because that's what we got, y'all. We're gonna get to the rest of these chapters. This was chapter 2, so we're gonna see what chapter 3 got going on in Grenada, and peace out. Housewives of Atlanta. Thanks for watching.